those who don't know Wimbledon Church, that's our stained glass window there. It's a beautiful stained glass window. It was part of the rebuild after the World War II bombing that we had. It's quite a beautiful window, so we have that up there as normal for our spiritual weekend. We've got a lovely set of people working with this morning. We've got Mr. Phil Shaw, who did his transfiguration yesterday. He'll be giving the reading, and Mr. Marcus Lapsa will be doing the prayers and the clairvoyance and also giving the address. And it's the first time for a long time a socialist and a conservative work together. You can work out who. In harmony, more importantly. It's great to be here. We've had a very fantastic weekend. We've had some people being taken poorly and had accidents, and we'll do that in the healing prayers at the moment. But more importantly, we as spiritualists and spiritually minded individuals need to use our ability to enact change, to make a better place, a better world. And part of our Sunday service, always at Wimbledon, is to help enact you to bring change, not only to your life, but to your lives around you. So please do your best to do that. And ever in doubt, what you can do, a simple prayer to God, simple, God, please help these people, that is enough. Because people often say to me, I don't know how to pray, Ray, I don't know how to do a healing prayer. Just think, a loving, kind thought. I have a friend I used to work with in my previous job, and when he heard a member of my family was poorly, Ray, you know I'm an atheist, I don't really believe in God. What can I do for you? I said, to send a kind thought to the person that was ill, which happened to be my jacket at the time. So, all of us can do this. All of us can bring change in our life for the betterment of mankind. So, I'm going to ask... Hello? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm silly, but I'm not that silly. I am. Especially when it comes to technology. So thank you. So I'm now going to ask Mr. Marcus Lapsa to give the opening prayer.
Good morning. And it's been an absolute honour to be invited to take the divine service for Wimbledon Spiritualist Church in conjunction with Spiritual Psychics TV. If you can join me for a moment in prayer. Let us join our minds for a moment as link as one and direct our thoughts and prayers to the great creative force whom we call God. O loving divine spirit, there is so much happening in our world, so much death and destruction, that we feel so much pain for those that are going through these troubled times. So we send out a special thought and prayer to the leaders of the countries of the world, to the leaders of the religions of the world. And we pray they can be more inspired by your divine love to work towards that ultimate goal, the brotherhood of man. As truly deep in our hearts and every part of our being, we know there is but one God, and we're all children of thee. I will ask one thing this day. If I am to be used as an instrument for thy will, let everything given be of the highest possible, given in truth, given in love, and humility. Amen.
Thank you, Marcus. So mote it be. Now, friends, continue that prayerful thought. We now pray for those who are sick and infirm, who need healing of mind, body, and spirit. And especially this morning, I want to think of our friend Bill, who's not well at the moment, and his family, especially. And also we think of what's going on in the Ukraine. And I would also ask all those names that are deeply inscribed in your own hearts and your own mind, that they receive the power of the Spirit, that manifestation of goodness and love, to heal them of mind, body, and spirit, according to divine law. So we just have a few moments, and I mean moments, and then we will continue our service. We will be silent, and I would ask you all at home to do the same. Great architect of the universe, unseen but ever present and ever manifest in thy creation, we ask for healing of mind, body and spirit. And especially this morning we ask for Bill and the Ward family. May they receive that gift, that sacred gift of healing that they be healed of mind, body and spirit, comforted by the angels, comforted by their loved ones that have gone on before them. May they receive that inner peace that they require at this time. And included in this prayer, we think of the people of Ukraine. God, in thy mercy, protect them all. Amen.
Amen.
Now I'd like to ask Mr. Phil Shaw to give the reading.
Thank you. Oh, right there. Thanks. Thank you,
need
Ray.
both.
Oh. Good morning, everybody. And this reading is taken from the teachings from Silver Birch series, Lift Up Your Hearts. I want you to appreciate that so far as we are concerned, if you help only one soul to find itself, to become aware of its latent divinity, and to begin to express it, then the whole of your earth life is well worthwhile. But you will be able to help more than one. You will be able, as a result, to perform this unique service that no others in your world can possibly give, because they have made themselves inaccessible to the power of the Spirit, which is the life-giving essence for the whole cosmos in which we dwell. Do not worry if any come to you, and after you have done your best, you are unable to help them. They have had their chance. You must be sorry because they have not taken it. What you must realize is that until their soul is touched, until they are spiritually ready, there is nothing you can do to help them. What it is that will produce this preparation is not always easy to understand. It may be an illness, it may be a crisis, it may be depths of despair when they feel there is nothing in the whole of the material world that can produce the answer. Then they should begin to come into their own and should be able to kindle the divine spark so that it can begin to grow into a lambent flame. That is why you exist in your churches, societies, and organizations. I must also say this. Because of what you are, because this tremendous power, divine in origin, flows through you, yours is the greater responsibility to see that you do nothing that in any way lessens the trust that is reposed in you. We are not dictators. We are not your masters. We do not regard you as marionettes who have to dance when the strings are pulled in our world. You are our cooperators. We want to work together. We will always provide whatever is spiritually necessary according to the conditions available at the time. We will lead, we will guide, we will direct, we will help, but we will not order. We will not compel and we will not dictate. If you hear, supposedly emanating from our life, entities who command you to do this, that and the other, you can be sure that their spiritual status is not very evolved. Cooperation is the law of the Spirit. We would win you with love, with common sense, and with reason. We would offer you nothing that is an insult to your intelligence or would make your reason revolt. Together, we can help the Great Spirit in the eternal processes of evolution and creation. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Wonderful. For those people that are online, and perhaps you're new to Spiritualism within this room, we call it a reading because it's like in the traditional Christian church you have a reading from the Old or New Testament. But next part of the service is what we call the address, where in America they call it a sermonette. But we're going to get an address this morning. It won't be where he lives or where we are now. The address actually means it's the, for want of a word, the sermon for the part of the service. So I'm pleased to be able to welcome back to the floor Mr. Marcus Lapsa, who will give us the address for the morning. Marcus Lapsa.
Thank you, Ray. And Silver Birch is one of the great spiritual, I would say, inspirations for a lot of spiritualists. And just listening to that reading, I already had something in my mind that I was going to talk about today. But as soon as I heard that, I thought, no, park that, and let's just talk on this. Conscious cooperation. Conscious cooperation between ourselves and spirit. The thing is, you, and if you listen to the reading, you as an individual, you have that spark of divinity within you. You can plant that seed in everybody you meet. How many people here tell everybody they're a spiritualist? Can you put your hands up or nod your head? There's quite a few hands that haven't gone up. And the thing is it because quite often you say, I go to a spiritualist meeting or I go to a spiritualist church, and you get that funny look. And they step away and they think, oh, are you one of those funny ones that put the lights out and lock the doors? And I don't know if you ever saw that advert a few years ago. There was a lady sitting in a table, big leaded light, you know, big headscarf, big earrings. That's my day job, by the way. And they said, anybody there? And the toffee crisp wrapper came out of the ceiling. Do you remember that? Remember that? That's quite often how people view spiritualists. That's how they view us. Not realizing all we are saying as spiritualists. When that physical body falls away, we continue on. Every single human soul. No matter what color, no matter what creed. Most importantly, no matter what religion you profess you belong to, you will continue on. And it is up to you as an individual to have any information that is said to come from spirit, is to evaluate it, to look at it. If it offends your reason, throw it out for the rubbish it is. Because all we can do is try to spread spiritual love and understanding. And if you want an example of spiritual love, it's dead simple. It's dead simple. What you do, you look down at a baby. And if you look down at the baby, at some time, there'll be that gummy little smile that'll hit you, and you'll feel that emotion. And you know, you get these, you know, old fogies, don't you? These old men look down at them and they go, oh, all it does is eat and poo. And all of a sudden, they get that smile and they get that softness and they smile. That energy is spiritual love. That energy is what you have within you. That energy, you can reach out and touch on people, no matter what they think of you. Does everybody smile a lot when you walk down the street? The easiest way is just walk down the street and smile at everybody. I used to do it on a Monday morning. You used to have this look in people's eyes. Who's this nutter walking down the street? But you're reaching out and you're touching on someone. And the thing is, don't overcomplicate it, your spiritual path. Your spiritual path is yours. It's not everybody else's. And you have that spark of divinity within. Hopefully, in the next part of the service, we're going to prove survival. And quite often, the pressure is always on to produce the goods. But you are producing the goods every single day of your life when you're reaching out and you're touching on people. By all means, look to Spirit for guidance. But most importantly, look within. Look at yourself. You have the power within. You have that spark of divinity that can reach out and change the world. And I do thank you very much for allowing me to speak to you.
We now come to that part of the service where, as Colin Fry used to say, we attempt to bring just that little bit closer. If Marcus should come to you, a couple of things you will need to know. Remember what you're wearing. I love lovely purple lilac shirt there. Remember you've got it. Don't go, oh, yeah, me.
Yeah.
It could also be a sign of dementia if you're not sure, which happened to me the other day. Also, please look outside the box. Don't just immediately think of your mum, your dad, your aunts and uncles. Sometimes long lost friends, better than that TV show where they bring families together. Long lost friends come together and come and say hello. And remember, more importantly, the greatest aspect of spiritualism, and there's many aspects of that, because spiritualism is like a giant diamond. We've got many facets and many faces. But there is a continuing life. Without doubt or hesitation, I tell you that. And I know Marcus will, and I know Ashley will, and the whole of Spiritual Psychics TV will tell you the same. There is a life after death. So this is the part of the service where we attempt to show that, try and prove it, with a wonderful medium. Put your hands together and welcome Mr. Marcus Lapsa back.
Thank you. I did something yesterday, and because I stepped into, because we didn't have a person turn up, and so some of you would have heard me say this yesterday. Everybody that is here for the weekend has been to something like this. So I don't want any of you sitting there, with your legs crossed, your fingers crossed, everything else crossed, thinking I want a message, but I don't want him to speak to me, because it doesn't work like that. If I come to you, we're not going to make anything fit. I'm going to deal with sounds, I'm going to deal with pictures, I'm going to deal with feelings, I'm going to interpret that information, lay it down before you, and you will either say yes or no. Okay? And I said that hoping somebody was going to step in, and they haven't stepped in yet, so they're leaving me high and dry. So I thought, oh yeah, come on. And then somebody's just given me a date. Okay, because we all work differently, and you've seen all the different fantastic mediums that are working this weekend. We all work differently, and they've just given me a date, and they're telling me it's a birthday, and it's the 2nd of November. Can anybody? Oh, that's my second link, by the way. The phone going off to my second link. Can anybody link with the birthday on the 2nd of December? Right at the back. Oh God, look at this. I tell them. I said, look, let's just get the one person. There's 3 people. 3 people. Can you put your hands up again, please? We've got 3 people. Right. So which one of you can take someone that was married in May? Right. Down to 1. See, that's a simple way to... Now, the thing is, what you've got to understand, that's just the information just to start us going, okay? Now, look, oh, dear. They crowd in around me. They crowd in, they're just saying, oh, God, I could give you Tom, Dick and Harry, and you would say yes. That's right, isn't it?
I'm not sure about the Harry, but yes, maybe the Tom and the Dick.
If you look on your mother's side, you will find the Harry.
Okay.
Okay, if you look on your mother's side, you will find the Harry, but... You definitely know Tom, don't you?
I most definitely do.
I know you do. And I'll tell you now, his character, quite often we use the clairsentient side of our nature. I'm not telling you all to suck eggs, okay?
No.
But there is a memory about either some bacon or whatever, and the eggshells were still in there, they just told me.
Absolutely correct.
Absolutely. Well, it's funny they do that, isn't it? You can imagine they say, well, there's a little bit of crunch in there and whatever. You should also, come on, John, give me come on. And I G them up a bit. But I had something like this yesterday. Who is it that the memory of, or photograph of riding, are you sure? Yeah, all right, riding a donkey back to front.
I can remember a memory of a donkey ride, but it was going up a mountain.
I got them sat on back to front and say, I haven't got a clue where I'm going. And the thing is, you're using that as symbolism because that's the way you feel at the moment.
Yes, back to front.
I'm sorry to have put it across that way.
That's okay.
It's just as if you've been asking, oh God, have you got a problem with your right ankle, by the way?
Right ankle?
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
I've just got a bit of a twinge in my right ankle. Well,
okay.
And this Tom saying, he wouldn't be into this.
No, definitely not.
He's saying, Loader, BL, couple of hours, DY, rubbish.
Yes.
Rubbish that long. And I'm thinking, well, talk to me, mate. He said, well, yeah. But you know his character. If he was proven wrong, he'd pretend he wasn't wrong, and he'd say, well, yeah, but he'd always make an excuse.
Absolutely.
Doris as well, by the way, Doris.
Doris, yes, I can take Doris.
Spirit,
yes.
I don't know how to do this, where you because I've got a microphone, you know, where you have your arms under your bosoms and, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh my God, you know, the typical pinny and this, that and the other and everything else. Was it? No, she said not pinny, it was a tabard. Tabard?
Tabard.
Yeah,
Yes.
is that correct?
Yes.
Right, oh, she didn't have told me. She'd tell you off, wouldn't she?
She would indeed.
2 birthdays in September, an anniversary of a gentleman passing in October.
Yes.
And I just need to come to this gentleman next, please, okay?
Thank you very much.
No, I'm finished with you. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
He says, no, I am finished with you. They do this in a way because that's the way your mind is working.
Very much so.
Yeah, you jump and you jump and you jump, and I just said that because the lady, the stars just said you're going to have to change hands because my hands used to shake a little bit.
Okay.
That's a memory, is that? Can you take
Yes,
that? That's
yes.
a memory, and she said, "Oh, just change your hands because I used to shake a bit, and I used to be a little bit nervy as well."
Yes, very much.
Yeah, and the thing is, I did lose the baby as well. She said.
I don't know that.
Yeah, if you can check on that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
She says, tell me she lost a baby and it was about 4 months in, okay? Bless.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
and I'll leave that with you, I'll leave a look with
Thank you so
Okay?
much. God bless.
Look at this gentleman, please. I'm ex-army. I'm ex-army, okay? Can you hear me okay, yeah?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yeah. I'm ex-army, so I know when a sergeant major starts talking to me, okay? And you should be able to link with the gentleman who was the sergeant major.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you now, his bearing and the way in which he's coming to me is he's telling me to stand up straight. I'm saying, yeah, I haven't been, excuse my French, I haven't been in the army that long. You can't start ordering me about it. He says, yes, I can.
Yeah.
But that was his military life and that was his civilian life as well.
Oh, yes.
Okay. There's also because he's, you know, when they stand to attention and they said, I'm the one, and this is bad terminology that we use within spiritual. I'm the one that's opened the door. Okay.
Yeah.
He said, I'm the one that's opened the door, and it's as if he's ordering them through. He's ordering them through. There's a lady in spirit that suffered with a blood disorder that she had angina. She was on blood thinners. She's just come. She's telling me she was about 5'3". Don't necessarily put this name to her, okay? But she also had trouble swallowing. Did you know that?
I can't take that.
Okay. I've just got the name. Who's Claire this side?
Claire.
Claire.
Well, the only Claire I know is
Is who?
is Claire. Ashley. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah.
You don't know a Claire. The only Claire I know is... Oh, yes, I do know a Claire. Oh,
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not talking about clairvoyance and clairaudience.
Yeah. Sorry, Marcus. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm only teasing you.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the sergeant majors. He doesn't like my humour. I'm telling you. Now.
No,
There's a lady that would have passed, and she is telling me that she suffered with stomach and bowel cancer. I've done one and the other, isn't it? But she suffered with stomach and bowel cancer.
It was down there. Yeah.
Yeah, down there.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I put my arm.
Yeah.
Hand, sorry. And she's telling me, I knew I had it, but I didn't go to the doctor in time.
Oh no, definitely not. No.
Yeah, because she said, oh God, I've had this quite a few times. She was the type of let nature take its course.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But by God, she had a sharp tongue.
She could have.
Could have. Got to think about that one.
Yeah.
She's telling me, well, you should know.
Yeah.
You should know. Well, you know, I was slow to boil, but by God, where is the memory where there was 2 guys absolutely pie-eyed, drink-wise, on Christmas Day and didn't get back to the dinner on time?
I can't remember that because I was always back for dinner.
Well, I think that's a bit of avoidance myself, but there again. You know what I mean? There's also And I'm not saying it's this lady, but they have made me sort of gnarl my hands a little bit. So there was a lady, before she went to spirit, that she had, is it osteoarthritis?
I can't take that.
Right.
No.
Can I leave that information?
Yes,
with
you yeah.
Because this person, this different energies just stepped in. £7.4. Right. I've just got this lady, and it's weird the way in which, we say to spirit, give us your name, address, telephone number, inside leg size, and then we're okay. And they obviously send us different information. I've got a lady that had osteoarthritis before she, and the significant thing is that her hands were a bit gnarled, and she's just told me, I'm linking with someone this side that can link with the birth weight of 7 pound 4 ounces.
Yeah.
That's a weird one. Oh, okay. Is that Christine, is it? Yeah, I know you from online, don't I, Christine? Is it, so, Say again, sorry? Oh, your son was £7.4.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. But okay, well, let's work on the link. There's nobody else. I'm not taking the message away from you. It's just that, do you know the lady?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry, because you said this on there. Right, well, oh, dear. She was quite active. Do you understand
Very
what
active.
I mean? And the thing is, what she's telling me is that because of her situation, she used to get quite tense.
Yes.
And used to snap at people, she
Yes.
said. Yeah? Snap. She said snap. But then
Yes.
she used to say they understood anyway.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now, good, when they use the clairsentient side of the nature, you can pick up everything. She had problems with the back as well.
Yes.
Your lower back. Yeah?
Yes.
1.5. You can't have 1.5 knees. She told me 1.5 knees.
1.5?
1.5. She said I had problems with 1.5 knees.
But she did have quite a few problems because of the arthritis.
Okay, well, she said 1.5. I said, don't you mean 2 knees? She said, no, one was half all right. But that's the way
That's me. That's me. The one knee, my left knee.
Okay. Right. Oh, wow. Now, this is somebody totally different. You should know someone that was involved in a car crash, didn't die, was involved in a car crash?
Yes.
Yes, quite
Yes.
serious. Be a little bit more positive.
Yes,
I see your head, we were saying
Yes.
yesterday, in
Yes.
Spiritualist Church,
Was
they
it-
nod their
yes,
head, don't
but-
they?
but
And quite
didn't-
often they go, no.
But didn't die, yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I'm sorry to do it's because it's the energy that's coming, and I'm
Right.
thinking, come on.
Right.
There was quite a serious car crash and they didn't die.
Yes.
Okay? But there would be a gentleman linked to that person that was in spirit that either, which one? That had problem with his left lung.
Yes.
Yes, have you got that?
No,
It's
no.
weird the way they do this. Who is it this side that likes the, what are they called? Jigsaw puzzles.
Yes. I know that person there.
You know that person?
Yes.
Because I'm saying to them, this is like a little puzzle. They said, no, it's more like a jigsaw puzzle. You're okay. There's 2 dogs in spirit
Yes.
that are very, very close to your heart.
Yes.
They say, and it's not,
Very-
and we'll tell
very-
everybody it's not the dog that's giving any information.
It's very
Two-
prominent
it's
dogs.
It's
Yes.
just the memories,
Yes.
You should be able to link with the birth time. Oh yeah, 10:30.
10:30.
10:30.
Just trying to. No, I can't do that.
You can't do that.
No, I can't.
Well, I've got
do that.
10:30, and I know that it's 10:30 evening because they said time, and that's when the pubs used to close. So that would be 10. You can't take that.
No.
Can I leave that with you? Can I leave the love? It's with this lady. It's not so much an encompassing love. It is more of a practical love because that's her personality.
Yes.
She would say, "Well, of course I love you, but I did this, I did that, and I did everything else. So why don't you think I love you?" Yes. Whereas
true.
there was this little bit of conflict with people this side because they would be saying, oh, but we like, you know, and doing other different things.
Yes.
And her way in which she did it, was slightly different. Do you understand?
Yes.
Oh, I can hear you now. Yeah, but you can't take the 10:30, no?
No, I can't.
Well,
30.
okay,
No.
I'll just leave that information with you then, okay?
Okay then, thank
Can
you.
anybody leave, I have to throw it out because obviously when we get information, sometimes it doesn't make any difference if it's placed straight away, but it'd be sad if... Can anybody link with the birth time of 10:30 in the evening? 10:30, just as the pubs used to close. 10:25. Thank you, but no, they can count. They can count. Sorry about that. No, it is important to get feedback like that, but the thing is, I always say if they can count because it was specifically 10:30. Okay, we'll just park that one. We'll just park that one. They just told, no, you won't. They just told, I was just about to park it. They said, no, you won't. The lady sitting like this. Yeah? Don't worry about the 10:30, okay? Don't worry about the 10:30 for a minute, they said. For a minute.
Okay.
I've got 3... I've got a lady that used to have bilious attacks and like acid reflux.
Yes.
Yes, in spirit. And I'm saying, what's your name, darling? What's your name? What's your age? Is that the other? She said, she'll know me by that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
Right. Well, all you have to do, she's telling me, oh dear. She was quite straight speaking, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, she was. You know, like quite often we say, oh, spirit, they come on the wing of love. No, they come as they are.
That's correct.
And by God, she is saying, you. If I ever did this as a child, they'd say they'd cut my finger off, but she used to point, didn't she?
Yep.
And she used to point, and you know the way in which she's saying, oh, you've got to do this for effect, Mark, and she said,
Yeah.
she used to point like that, and you know what I'm going to do? She said, you point like that, I pull my head back, and go, you will not do this. And then she changed the direction,
Yeah.
and there was always that glint in her eye.
Yes.
Because she knew the effect that it would have. Okay, to find the 10:30, she's saying, go on Susan's side. Who's Susan? Susan's side?
Don't know. I'll
There's
have to-
there's a Susan that would be linked to a Jack.
Okay.
Okay, there'll be a Susan to be linked to a Jack.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure on family members.
Oh dear. And you come to a divine service hoping for communication with family members. Oh. No, I'm only kidding. But you know
Yeah.
the important
Yes.
thing is, look, if after today everybody says, oh yes, you walk out the door and say, that's a load of
Yeah.
rubbish, that's fine.
No, I'll probably know
Yeah,
later
I
when
know,
I speak
know.
to my
But
family.
the thing is, it's that link there.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you how to, what to do or how to do it, but she's saying you've got to get your act together. That's not me. And as we said in the reading, if anything is said to come from spirit that it offends us, just throw it out. But she's saying, no, I'm not offending her because she knows. She knows. She does. You do, don't you?
Yeah, I do know, yeah.
Yeah. And you know that practicality that she would help you with. She
Yes.
would help anybody.
Yep.
Yeah? But by God, if you stepped out of line, that was the trouble.
Yeah.
That was when there was trouble. There's a family of 5 in spirit, 3 brothers, 2 sisters.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Oh, have you ever seen that, and I mean this in the nicest sense, because this is what I feel that she's saying. You know the program Shameless?
Yes.
Those 5, when they got together, they could be a family out of Shameless.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, not in a bad way,
No.
but in a funny way.
Yeah.
Because they were hilarious together. Oh,
Yeah.
talking about, you also know a stand-up comedian?
No. Not sure. No.
Well, I just got, a stand-up comedian because they just showed me someone just sort of like working the club circuit. Who's that dart player? Eric Bristow. You know Eric Bristow? Do you know? A lot of people would know Eric Bristow. He's quite he was quite a large gentleman, and she showed me some. Oh, it's just to get the name Eric.
Eric.
Yeah, can you say Eric?
Yes.
Oh, do you know
What a long way to get round to it.
Do you know how silly I feel? Because when I teach this stuff, I say, notice every little thing. And they showed me Eric Bristow, and they just give me the name Eric. You can take Eric. Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, dear. Take a step back, Marcus. Finish now. Oh, dear. But that's her humour, isn't it?
Yes.
That's her humour. And who used to make who used to make, when you make Christmas cake and you used to put like little coins in?
Yes.
Yeah? But who made the sponge cake and put coins in?
My daughter.
Oh, why?
I don't know, she just
Because,
done it.
let's be totally honest, she's telling me what happened. In it went. And it did. Yes.
Yeah.
And it got spent in the end.
Yes, it did, definitely.
That's right, isn't it? It's funny the way they bring these memories, but that, she just, oh my goodness gracious, yeah, okay.
She thought it'd be funny.
Again, or at least not swallow them. Oh dear. And she's coming with this happiness and joy.
Yeah.
Because there's also a little bit of sadness this month as well.
Yes.
There's also a bit of sadness this month, she's telling me. And also there's, oh God, she's saying, look, how many birthdays do you want, she said.
Yeah.
And she just said to me, how
In
many
1
birthdays
week.
do you want? There's too many of them.
All in 1 week.
Oh, well, there you go. And then if you go into November, there's 2 there.
Yep.
And there's 2 in February.
Yep.
3 in February.
Yes.
Because one is either an extended member of
Yes,
the family.
extended.
Yeah. I love this. I could stay with you all day because you say
I know.
yes. But I'm going to leave it
Chatterbox.
with you. Okay. Oh,
Thank
she is
you.
lovely.
I know,
lovely.
she is.
She said I wasn't when I had the back 2 teeth out.
Oh, yes.
I was an absolute nightmare. Anybody talked to me, I'd bite their head off, and she said, if you don't... okay. Now, this is either right or it's wrong, okay? Because, I'm not saying it's her, but she used to use the terminology, either when that was happening or she had more teeth out, is, I'll gum ya.
Yes.
Is that right? Right, because she just made me say that.
She's got sense of humour.
Okay. And she's medicinal purposes only. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Sherry.
She used to get that. She showed me a little sherry as well at the
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah.
She got really squiffy. A bit more than squiffy. And then she's saying, but at least I had 2 hunky men to take me out. Okay,
Yes.
and I'll leave that with
Thank
you.
you.
That's a lovely memory. But I keep on trying to move away from her, but
She's
so
a chatterbox.
Yeah, she's like that all the time.
Yeah, to say, go away. Go away.
Come on. There's a problem under the sink, she said, that needs sorting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not a plumber, I'm an electrician, so I haven't sorted it.
I could do it myself.
Yeah, she said, well, it's the washer.
Okay.
It's the washer. Yeah, it's just like skewer. And what you've got to do is stop talking over your left shoulder when you're doing things. Is that right?
Yes.
Because she's saying that you've already done that. Have you already done that once?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said because you screwed the washer with it. Because you were talking over your shoulder. She said you were worse than her. Okay. And love to Tom as well.
Okay.
Love to Tom. Okay.
Okay.
I'll leave that with you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll farm up on one couple more. Okay. Quite often we don't know, because when you're in the moment. Okay. And the problem I've got, well, it's not a problem as such, because we're working with Spirit and we all know that when Spirit links with us, that's where the link is, because I can't see anybody because of the light coming in from behind the room. But I've got a lady, she's telling me that she died at the age of 63, and it was a brain hemorrhage that was the start of her decline. 63. Right. Am I still with you? Look, you at this present time and moment are feeling embarrassed, am I right? Yeah? Because I can see you laughing and I'm thinking, oh, everybody's going to think I'm stealing the messages. Is that right? It's not for us to, seriously, it's not for us to determine where the information goes. If I stayed with you all through the service, yeah, everybody else would be saying she nicked the message, but Spirit would say, we've got it, okay? This lady, it's obviously I have not got the full message across. Do you understand? So just to settle you down a bit, because we've had a bit of humour. And she's pulling it down a bit, because it was a very, very sad situation. But the unfortunate thing, she's telling me the unfortunate thing is there was different views about what it needed to be done.
Yes.
You know, because she was on life support.
Yeah.
And there was a conflict.
Mm-hmm.
And and I feel that she's maybe put this message across before in a different way. And she's more or less saying and indicating that there was a breakup in the family, there was a parting of the ways.
Yes, there was. Yeah.
And that really hurts her.
Yeah, I know.
And she was saying because there was an argument, because when they were going to turn off life support, the medical staff said no one else can be there. Is that correct? No, that's what they said.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what they
That's
said.
what they, yes.
But there was this dominance that says, no, we're not going to be there.
Yeah.
And they were.
Yeah.
That's the proof.
Yes.
Because the one side, the parting of the ways, obviously they did not agree with what was going on. Then the medical staff tried to say no one else is going to be here because the body might. Oh, come on, darling. She said the body might react in a certain way, and it might be upsetting for the family. Member. But then the family member said, "No, we want to be there."
Yeah.
And she's coming to say, "Thank you for holding my hand."
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she wants to say.
Oh.
Oh, bless her. Bless her. Because you know her humour as well. Although it was a very sad time, you know what humour? She said because it was great because I woke up dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because she has been through a few times.
Yeah.
And this is not the last time either. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right then. I've got a gentleman in spirit that he was saying he's a twin, but I'm not saying his twins in the room, but his twin sister's still this side. Can anybody link with this? There's a gentleman and he's saying I'm a twin. That's all he keeps on telling me. I'm a twin. This man, this side. Right. Thank you so much for that. But this is a gentleman who's the twin in spirit. Oh, lady at the back.
No, is it a twin? Is it a twin of a boy or a twin of a sister?
The gentleman's in spirit. Yeah. The twin and the sister's this side.
Oh, so you've got a twin sister.
No. Bill. Right. I'm obviously getting this wrong. 2 seconds. Let me get something specific. Yes? Right, so he did have a sister. Right, so he was a twin. What did I? Yeah, right. Let's see if we work with it, okay? Because we're not going to make anything fit. The information I've got, and if I've picked it up wrong, that's my fault. Is that he was there and he was a twin, and there was a sister this side, okay? But as I say, I'm not going to try to make it fit.
No,
if
okay.
the information comes, it comes, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Bit of a show off, this gentleman. Yeah. Oh, there's another lady here.
My sister was one of the twins.
Yes.
She lost him before she knew she had twins, you see what I mean? So he wasn't...
Right. Let me just work here. You will listen in anyway, and if this information comes, because I've just asked them for some specific information.
Okay.
There's and he did, this gentleman's a bit of a show off.
Yep.
You know, in your face.
Yep.
You know, walking, and when I walk into a room, everybody's going to know I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they don't, I'll just make a noise.
Yeah.
Yeah? There should be an anniversary passing on Boxing Day. I'm not saying it's him, I'm just asking him for information.
I can take the Boxing Day, yeah.
You can take the Boxing Day, and also a birthday on the 2nd of January. Not the 1st, because I thought it was going to be New Year's Day, and he said no, the day after.
Yes, there
Yes,
is.
right,
Yes,
okay. Well,
yes.
Let's just work with it, because I say it's more his character that's coming through, is because he was just saying, I loved life, you know. I loved life, but I lived life as well.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
yes.
He said,
Yes.
right to the max. And you know the terminology he used to use, right to the max.
Absolutely, I can
Right
understand.
to the max.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the use in living if you can't enjoy yourself or whatever? There's oh God, okay. You know someone that was stabbed.
I do.
Oh,
yes.
bless.
And he's in spirit, yes. And he's connected with that
And
guy.
he's connected to this gentleman. Okay. Oh wow. And you also know someone that was okay. Well, it happens, doesn't it? Was convicted for 9 years in prison.
Oh.
Didn't serve 9. Is that yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Not personally connected with me in
I wouldn't say
any way.
personally connected. Look, we deal with information, okay? And you know this character, because I'll tell you now, this gentleman was on, you know, he was a bit of a lad. There's no ifs or buts. I'm not saying he's criminal or whatever, but you know, when he was living that life to the max, and he was just saying he knew of these people.
He's a very mixed up person, yes.
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 Sorry, I missed that.
He was a very mixed up person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Okay, that's an understatement. And because he knew these type of people, and the person that got convicted for 9 years only did. No, he did more than 6. I thought, was it just 2? No, he said, no, he did about 7. So you can check on that. Just technicalities, okay? Right. Now, I know Phil does transfiguration, okay? Because we witnessed it downstairs. Where's transfiguration around you?
Yes, I can relate to that. Yes,
Okay.
there is somebody that's looking
Okay.
into doing that. Yes.
Right then, so this lad, because he messes about a bit anyway, you know what I mean? So if he came through and give energy, he would start teasing, and you know that.
Yes.
Okay, but I would say, in that environment, just ask for displacement.
Okay.
Yeah, because people say, oh, I can see this, I can see this, I can see. But if you could get displacement, you can see both.
Okay.
Simple as.
Yep.
Okay? Because I'm telling you now, I like to be technical, but you are even more technical than me at times. You like to dot the I's and cross the T's and put circles around lists and make lists. And
I make lists, but I don't stick to them.
oh, right, well, there you go then. What can I say? Right, you should be able to take a birthday on the 12th of January.
I'll think about that.
You have to think about, well...
There is a birthday in January, but I can't remember at the minute.
Well, it's more than one.
Yeah.
The 12th is only one of them. The other one's going to be the 19th. Come on. I know I'm coming up to time now, but and this lady's coming in, and she is literally 4'10".
Okay.
She's a little dot.
Okay.
And she used to wear, you know, like a trilby type hat. No, it's not a trilby. It's not a trilby hat. You know, it's a hat with a rim anyway, you know.
Okay.
And you would have to go back to 1962 for her.
Okay.
1962. And I know you're not going to be able to say yes to this, but if and when you find her,
Okay. No,
she died on a Saturday afternoon.
that was my nan.
That's your nan. All right, oh then. You found her already.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, girl, if you don't listen to her, you're in big trouble. But I'll tell you what, she loved everybody to bits, and she used to say that.
She did.
She used to use that terminology, I love you to bits. And you know the way you used to squeeze her and your eyes nearly popping out of your head? She used to always say, the more you hug them, the more you love them.
Yeah.
So that would be a physical thing she said as well. Okay?
Okay.
There's someone this side that is shaking a little bit. I'm not sure it's Parkinson's or on the onset of Parkinson's.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I just got a little shake of myself.
Yeah.
And who loves the old rock and roll, shake, rattle and roll? They just...
That would be my dad.
Your dad, okay. Well, this person's in spirit.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, okay. I can do that. If the music was on, I'd do it. You know the bopping?
Yeah, I tried that last night.
Oh, you tried it? Oh, I was downstairs last night.
Yeah, I'm glad nobody was here.
Just do me a memory. I'm not going to embarrass myself because there's no music, but I'll do it tonight. But that again, that's a memory. And also, George McRae song, Rock Me Baby, means something?
Rock Me Baby?
Yeah, Rock Me Baby, Rock Me Gently. George McRae.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
Got
I
it.
love it
Yes.
when they say, Rock Me Baby, Rock Me Baby. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. No, they are having a bit of fun with you.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
You know the link you have. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to leave you. You know your way. You
Yeah.
know your way.
I do now.
And
As of last week. No.
oh well. Yeah.
No, I do now.
Yeah. And just finally, before I finish, there's a lady that saw her husband to spirit.
Yes.
Within 18 months, remarried.
Oh, okay. Not sure.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, yeah, I might.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. And then, part of it was more for companionship because of the time span. Have you got that one?
I think I have got that one.
Yeah, and she was a little bit upset because people thought, it's only 18 months, but she said it was more companionship and she was lonely.
I think I got that, yeah.
Yeah, she says, I'm not lonely now because
I'm over there now, yeah.
Okay, and I'll leave that with you.
Lovely, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Marcus Lapsa.
And we had some of that here this morning. We had that old-time mediumship. Not that you're old, I'm on my 10th reincarnation. So. But all jokes aside, part of this spirit seeker is for you to come along and seek the spirit. Seek the manifestation of spirit within your lives. More glorious is the world around us, but more glorious is the world within us that surrounds us. Spirit, God, mystical world, Jedi Knight, Sith Lord, will manifest itself when you open to that light. I'm wearing a sunflower this morning. It's There is so much fear in this world at the moment. Continue again, God help us, but it may. My own daughter, who's 8 months pregnant with a baby, is just getting over COVID. It was scary. This morning, I have steady. But with the knowledge and love of spiritualism, I'm not alone. For it's God is on our... Dear Pastor the Spirit, you coping? And I said, but I know where my dad is. Especially for the first time in my life, I knew 365 days of the year. I'm drunk. A very long story. But the situation is, and when Mum went to Spirit, people said, are you all right? I said, Mum's reunited with Dad. Why wouldn't I be? Yes. Before I came down doors all by myself, because I suddenly thought of Mum, me Dad, me in-laws, June and Rick, those of you who knew June and Rick, and now Rick would be and wouldn't move it for the rest of the weekend. That message of hope that we have with continuing life. In the Church of England prayer book, the Book of Common, it says something like, in the sure certain hope of the resurrection. Knowledge of life and certain hope, but we've for God, Father, you have. Use. I want you to leave this moment. I want you to go back to your churches, your circles, your classes, whatever you call your group, and put your spiritualism back into season. Because the COVID is happening. Our circles. I know there's online circles and online classes. I know all that. But there's nothing when a spiritualist community comes together and we practice what we know, and then we know and understand. But one God, and there is one spiritualism. It may have different names. There may be national spiritualism. But the spiritualism is what unites us. What divides us is when people suddenly say, well, this should be right, that should be right. What unites us is spiritualism. We've all come from different places today. I've got my Wombles from Wimbledon. I've got other people that have come along from other places. But what unites us is this power of the Spirit, with healing, with messages, with the spiritualist teaching that Phil read this morning. There's a wonderful spiritual healer from way back called Harry Edwards. Great honour to meet the man 3 times. And I was talking to a modern member of a big spiritual healing organisation. I said, of course, Harry Edwards, your founder, president, and member. And he said, oh, well, Harry Edwards is old hat now. And I said, well, I'd watch out when you go home tonight, you get that. Nothing is old hat, because you can reinvent it. And when people come to me at Wimbledon and say, I've got something new from Spirit, I go, really? Because there's nothing new. There may be a new, fresh interpretation, but there's nothing new, because it's all old-time religion, which we manifest through our trances, our mediumship, our healing. It manifests itself. I'm celebrating in September, I think it's 52, 53 years in spiritualism. I walked into Wimbledon Church at the age of 11. And I've never stopped learning. There is no final part of learning. That manifestation stays with us all. But I would ask you all to remember, when you get up in the morning, you need your ego. When you go out to work or buses or do readings or healing, you need your ego. But temper that ego. There's not one of us is that special that greatest medium I ever knew, and I know some great people, was Gordon Higginson. Phil knew the man, he worked and studied with him. And that man did not have an ego. He had a confidence that he was right. He had the knowledge that he was right. But he would tell the story of when at the age of 14 he went on the platform, his mother was so disappointed with him, she got on the platform and took him off. And I see Gordon do the same to his students. So we've got to be prepared that when we see and book people in our churches, in our circles, in our homes, we've got to be prepared to be honest with them, but not hurtful. Friends, we've come to the end of our service. Go forth, enjoy your life. I'll ask Marcus to close with prayer.
Thank you. Can you just join me in a moment of prayer? O loving divine Spirit, we thank you so much for allowing some of our friends and loved ones to draw close. We know that they come with messages of encouragement, but most importantly of all, to prove there is a continuation of life for all. And we sincerely hope and pray that with this knowledge, we can walk this material and spiritual path to you in some act of service. Amen.
Friends, after leaving, please go and enjoy yourself. What I would ask, we're going to play a piece of music at the end of the service, and there's a few of us that love that piece of music. If you could go out as quiet as you can, because we love that song. It's dedicated to a lovely lady of our church, Spiritualist Church. It's dedicated to everyone who's lost somebody to the Spirit. God bless you, friends, seen and unseen. Good morning. Good morning.